12,705 pounds, open range 371. Middle bunkhouse, bonus room, outside kitchen, wide body beauty. Whether you are looking to do some family camping, whether you're looking to do some seasonal camping, some grandpa and grandma camping with an occasional grandkid, maybe one of you has sleep apnea and needs a separate bedroom. This RV can fit so many different buyers and purposes, it's almost obscene. So, like a lot of big fifth wheels, when the slides are closed, you could move upstairs, you could get to the bathroom, you could get to the bedroom, you can get to the loft here, which is currently holding the coat for Jody, our check-in guy, who's actually hiding in the bathroom right now, so he's not on camera. But the main super slide is pretty much gonna cut her off. Thankfully, these slides are all 12-volt operated, they can operate independently, so either your truck or the battery can pop them open lickety-split. With the slides open, it's pretty easy to see you're looking at something that is very left of center. And I think that's one of the best ways I can describe any open range product and any member of their family. They're left of center. They don't do the things that everybody else does. They're not necessarily the mainstream brand. Interestingly, the whole middle bunk or bonus room concept was actually pioneered by Open Range. So, you know, they've had some amazing ideas that have been cannibalized pretty largely by the rest of the market, but they still have some exclusive things that really set them apart here. And we can start seeing that right here in the slide out. First of all, they have carpetless floor flush slides. That's an exclusive thing. They are also 42 inches deep instead of 36 inches deep. So not only is the whole body 4 inches wider, but your main slide's 4 inches deeper, which means that this thing has nearly a 1 foot larger living room than pretty much anything else out there. This actually has a larger, wider living space than even a 102-inch wide body Pinnacle here at Highland RV. The only thing that'll match the width of this would be an Open Range 3X, which is the big brother to this guy. So, what are they doing different? What are they doing well? That's what I want to focus on. They were one of the first to use air track or racetrack style air ducting up here. You can see the double air system. That actually gives it. Come on, camera, focus with me here. This camera's got ADHD. It's having trouble focusing. Yo, there's a dad joke for you. Anyway. The racetrack style ducting, the idea is superior airflow since you never have like a dead end termination and air pressure buildup in your air system. It loops around at the end. But you won't see the air conditioner in here, and if you don't see the square, then you don't hear the air. This has a whisper quiet centrally ducted system up here. Standard 15,000 BTU here in the living area that will help keep things nice and quiet so you don't have to crank the TV up to 11 the whole time. If you choose to crank the TV up to 11, it's probably because you're trying to drown out the neighbors and their terrible music. Ever notice how the neighbors always have the worst music? Anyway. You also have like extra tall ceilings and slides in here, and that's something that in combination with those exceptionally deep slides, these 7-foot tall slide outs right here really open the sucker up. Both of your slides in your main deck are 7 foot tall. So not only, I mean, they are true walkable. I can literally stand in the slide out. It's a true slide room, not just a slide out. There's a difference there. But it just exaggerates how big these things are. So you've got larger overhead cabinets as a result of that more linear exterior roof profile. Now I said profile, not construction. We still have a vaulted roof on the outside. And I got some junk on my camera lens we're going to clean out there. You got a nice look at one of my glove fingers. I don't know if I made that better or worse, but I did something. Anyway, so our entertainment center directly across from the theater seating, what's kind of nice is they also have something of like a hidden pantry back here. In combination with their already just like stellar floor-to-ceiling 7-foot tall pantry right there, we get all this extra bonus storage behind the entertainment center. It's just handy, neat. It's obviously, you know, self-raising. It's simple to get to. Electric space heating fireplace below. And don't let the size that fool you. There are these really long electric fireplaces now. They're not more powerful than that. It's the same 5120 BTU. You know, so instead of spending money on just a cosmetic, and don't get me wrong, the wide fireplace looks neat, but they were smart with the money on this. They didn't just spend money just to spend money. So your rear sofa here, it's easy to misconstrue the fact that this is actually a wider sofa. It's and you don't realize that because of the wide body nature of this camper, and you have the full side stands on each side of the sofa. So you don't realize that it's actually a larger 3 adult can comfortably sit on this kind of sofa. Now, both those side stands have outlets, which is nice for, you know, just charging appliances or phones or whatever. You may also notice that all of the windows open for ventilation. And one of the other things this floor plan does well is it puts all of the windows on the campsite of the RV. You're looking out at your campsite. You're not looking out at the neighbor's campsite, so to speak. Was there something I missed back here? I felt like oh yeah, the floor. They don't put heat vents in the floor. That means that, you know, there's no little areas where dirt debris could possibly collect and build up. We're walking on a laminated floor. It is a 3-inch thick laminated floor. You got to compare. There's different types of laminated floors out there. 2-inch, 3-inch thick. They use double layer top material on here that's offset so you don't see seam lines or anything. They also, and this is critical, guys, they have 2 feet on center floor studs, which means you're not going to experience soft spots over time. There's a ton of structure in the floor of this. A lot of laminated floors go as far as 4 foot on center on the floor studs. I don't know of anyone that's still building 8 foot on center floor studs. I think all those idiots are out of business now. The point is, there's a lot of skeletal structure on the bones here, so you're not going to get those potential failing floor soft spots or anything like that. There's different furniture arrangements, different furniture colors. Remember, the one we're looking at in this video may not be the exact one we have in stock. These seats, you have to really watch, because a manufacturer can order 3 versions of this seat, and they can a la carte additional items onto them. So what Open Range does, they have the LED accent lights below, and if you look at your cup holders, you can see this does have heat massage and lighting for your cup holders there. So this is, theater seat. It is reclining. We do have our little hidden armrest right there. We've got the triple cup holders. They have a spot to always place a drink. So they've gone with a pretty well-equipped one here. Now, we do have night roller shades in this instead of pleated shades. That is another one of those upper scale things they have applied. And I love the little, it almost looks like a painter's palette, just the arc and the accent that they have on that overhead overhead pendant light, as it were. I guess it's not a pendant light, but that's where a pendant light would go. So up here, power ceiling vent fan with wall controller, so that if you are cooking up a storm, you can exhaust heat out of the RV quickly, easily, effectively. There are different refrigerator options available in this. The standard fridge is only an 8 cubic foot, and we really feel like that is not enough for a big coach like this. And we do a lot of gas electric refrigerators here at Highland RV in most of our fifth wheels, but everything Open Range does is left to center, so we thought it would be appropriate to kind of equip it that way. And that's why we do like to put the 23 cubic foot residential fridge in here with the 12 volt inverter. So you can run it going down the road, or if you're off the beaten path, 12 volt battery power can run that. That being said, you're going to need several batteries to get through one day running that thing off just battery power. Generator recommended for, just the sake of everything else in the coach. Solid surface Corian countertops here in the kitchen area. You're seeing less and less Corian used in the industry. It's there's plenty of solid surface out there, but Corian is like they're the top end name brand, and if it doesn't have the Corian seal, then it's just not Corian. That's made by DuPont, and pretty much anything DuPont does is pretty much on point. I do like to point out the little appliance corner back here, and the fact that we have the extra bit of countertop space to the right of the stove, where most right-handed folks are going to want to set down a spoon anyway. And little stuff like this is just Open Range doing Open Range things with, I call it the slide-out perfect pantry, because the storage comes to you instead of you coming to the storage. The island here is awesome. Normally, I'm not a fan of sinks being directly in the middle of the island, but I don't mind here because they had such a bigger body, they could afford to put a bigger island into it, and that allows room for 4 drawers down to the floor over here. You see, they do have built-in wastebasket storage. They have additional cabinet and drawer space over here as well. So you've got lots of drawers right next to the cook in the kitchen, exactly where they need to be. That is a stainless double recessed sink right there. Well, double bowl recessed sink, otherwise it sounds like it's recessed twice. You gotta be careful with words in today's market. So additional cabinet space overhead up here. Now that's not stuff you're going to want to get to every single day. That's just kind of bonus storage up there for long-term sort of things. As we come through here, we enter our I consider theirs more of a bonus room than a middle bunkhouse. Something like an Eagle 355 or a 232 Freedom Express. Those are middle bunk rooms. where you open the door and it's just two bunks sitting on top of one another. To me, this is a middle bonus room because it can be different things. You can use it like a bed. This can fold down into a sleeper, but you also have a built-in desk space or office space or computer station. You have your own separate game day entertainment center. This could be a craft room. You've got great storage above. This could be an extended walk-in pantry or closet or whatever you want it to be. And that's why I call this a bonus room, because it can become different things. And that's what's so interesting about the concept of this camper right here, is for the first time ever, we have people who are looking for bunkhouses and non-bunkhouses fighting over the same camper. That's never happened before in history. But floor plans like this have made it happen. We're going to kill a little battery power as we go upstairs, just to conserve. Now, right when you walk in the door, you've got your control panel hidden behind here. And then you've just got like an extra, let me open this up, coat closet and whatnot. Pretty big one, too. So you can have all kinds of different jackets and things hanging up. I should have left the lights on now that I'm paying attention. Give you a little bit of an idea. Anyway, accessible right when you walk in the door. They have the ladder on the upper deck, which to me is a smarter place to put it. I have seen one or two brands put a ladder down here on the lower deck, and that 6-7 foot ladder, man, it just, I don't know, it's just too long. It's always in the way. We don't have that problem here. Now, up top, you can see that they have a bunk mattress here. You could use this as additional sleeping space, but this loft, kind of like a toy hauler, a lot of people are just going to use it like an attic. This is just going to be bonus storage space. Now, if you wanted, you could put a TV there. There are USB plugs to be able to charge a kiddo's things. And this is a big sleeper that adults could sleep on if they were so inclined. But it would be nothing. If you want to just take this out and use this for sliding tote storage, this is an awesome, awesome storage area for like long-term, seasonal use, full-timer type people. You also have the LCI control panel right here. This is 12-volt powered, and you can actually sync your phone to this with the LCI One Control app. And anything you can do off this pad, such as leveling, awning, slide-outs, etc., can also be done just off your phone with that associated app, which is free, thankfully. Now, little detail stuff. You see that little door stopper? So this door handle doesn't smash that door or that door window, that nice frosty glass door right there. Extra stuff they're doing on these is smart. Now, in the bedroom, actually, let me walk around the corner, because in the bedroom here, if you need to get up at night, there's a handy little motion light. And bang! Right when you get near that thing, or if you get out of bed, that will kick on. And that also activates the hallway motion light down here. So you can easily navigate through the coach at night, especially if you just need to like get to the bathroom. Now, in here, pardon me, wrong switch. There we go. This bathroom would not be possible if it weren't for the wider body nature of the open range. The big shower with that big corner storage right there and a second entry door. You can't normally put all of those things in one bathroom. You need a wide body coach to do that. So that is one of the areas where the body size of this coach is doing things that others can't. It's just literally throwing its weight around. Now you may notice this is a recessed seamless fiberglass shower, so it's structurally sound. You can jump up and down in it without breaking it. All the plumbing is in a subfloor, so it's basically no step up into the bathroom. So you've got plenty of headroom in the shower here. You also have porcelain stool with all kinds of legroom, and you might notice you've got two floor vents here. One of the reasons has to do with the cyclical underbelly heating system of an open range. I think it's that vent, but don't quote me on that. One of these two vents, it actually pumps up from the underbelly area. So the underbelly is not an encapsulated heated underbelly, it's a cyclical underbelly, and it will actually help heat the bathroom floor at night so you don't get cold piggies, so to speak. You've got awesome drawer space and cabinet space over here. You've got drawers to the floor. Oop, I'm bumping lights with my elbow over here. I'm hitting the wrong switch again. I'm striking out left and right. But you've got all kinds of drawer space. And normally you look at it, you're like, yeah, but I don't have easy access counter space in my bathroom. Well, yeah, you do. The counter space comes to you, there when you need it, gone when you don't. And you've got this is a very nicely sized linen cabinet. You can stack towels in here 2 deep, beach towels, whatever. You can have plenty of towels in this bathroom and not have to do the naked streak through the RV to get to the towel cabinet on the other side. I also, instead of those big glass bowl sinks you sometimes find in these corners, I like that they went with just a nice big giant sink. And you actually have a medicine cabinet on an angle here so that you can stand directly in front of the sink when you want to use it. To me, that's just smart design. Moving into the bedroom, you've already seen the motion lights. One of the nice things on the open range is we can put king beds in them. So we tend to do that. We've got a 70 by 80 king bed in this, just like Big Brother the 3X. King beds are becoming more commonly available, still not available in every brand across the board. Now we have added a second air conditioner here, as you can see. It does tie into the centralized system. That is not a standard piece of equipment, so always verify against our website or call our team to see exactly what we have in stock and how it's equipped. You will find we clearly publish pricing at Highland RV. We don't do hidden dealer fees. We just try to put fair pricing right out there and work with folks from the start. Cross breeze windows, and I like the side stands. A lot of times when you get a king bed, guys, you lose those side stands. Just that little shelf or a phone or whatever is just handy. There is storage below the bed you can easily lift, and I do like how they do their closets just slightly different, but slightly different left to center. That's the whole story of open range. Like the big closet section here, the stackable washer dryer stuff, everybody does that. But they put these extra little bonus dresser drawers down here. And what it does is, first of all, it creates 2 additional drawers you didn't have before, but secondly, it raises the floor of a very tall closet. And it makes it so you don't have to get on your hands and knees to get to whatever you're going to put in the bottom of your closet. It's just easier to get to. Then you can just sit on the bed and get to these drawers whenever you want them. Speaking of drawers, directly across from the bed, a couple big dresser drawers. There are USB plugs built right onto the right side of that next to the bedroom entry door. And up top here, if you feel like throwing a TV in it, or the one we have in stock might have it, I don't know. If the camper we have in stock it just doesn't have a bedroom TV, and that's the only thing stopping you, you give us a call. We'll make things happen. So many people have extra TVs anymore. We've just found we don't need to add them at the factory level. Bring us a TV, we'll install it. You got a TV at home, it's not hard, you could probably install it. Whatever works for you. The weather's kind of crappy, but I'm going to see what I can get outside for us. So it's not just the inside that's different. The outside of any open range has a lot of pretty sweet, unique qualities to it as well. These are all wide body. They're all 100-inch wide body, and they also have those deeper 42-inch slides that I mentioned earlier. There's a lot of other wide body stuff in the market. You can thank these guys for it. It's not that they were the only ones or the first ones to do it. It's just that they were one of the ones that they made it cool. They made it cool and okay to be a little bit bigger, a little bit different. Now it's a little bit rainy, so I'm going to open the awning so we can see the outside kitchen. Now, with it being a rainy son of a gun, I wanted to take just a separate quick minute, pop the awning out, and without rain pouring down on it, show you a nice look at the outside kitchen on this. Because this was one of the very first of these middle bunk bonus rooms that offered this feature right here. They still have one of the widest as well, so you're getting the outside fridge, a real sink with a drain, and a cooktop out here, and a prep station for a grill. You're getting all 4 fixtures that compose an outside kitchen instead of only 1 or 2. Like there's a lot of them that have a little slide-out cooktop and a mini fridge. Don't get me wrong, that's neat. It's better than nothing. But the open range is the one that does all of the things. Alright, so something else I failed to mention, not only do we have a grill hookup, but we also have that propane quick connect down there. Now while we're here, I want to point out those aluminum entry steps on a rainy day like today. You know what I always notice? My feet don't slip and slide around on those things. And with that anti-slam entry door, I don't have to worry about being on wet, slippery steps and having wind gust rip my door open and knock me off those steps. You just don't have that here. Now, it's something that's kind of imperceptible, but if you look up at the awning on these, they don't have like a normal awning material, at least in the visible part. They actually have an extra thick, extra rugged awning wrap at the base of the awning that automatically opens and closes with the awning itself. So it protects the awning from wind, snow, sleet, rain, all that ugly, nasty stuff. Now, being wide body with deep slides, this thing would be inclined to be pretty darn topsy-turvy when you're at your campsite, and she would rock and roll around, especially as people come and go up and down those steps. Well, that's why they put these JT strong arms on there, and they are on the rear jacks as well. Quarter turn of those little T-handles, and this thing will be locked down, rock solid on your campsite. You see some people will put tripods under fifth wheels on like seasonal sites. You don't need to even do that here. Those strong arms completely obsolete those fifth wheel tripods, and it's less stuff you have to try to waste storage on in your underbelly. I do love that new cap. This is, man, at the time, these updates are so sharp on these. They've got a very sleek look. They really went back to their roots with kind of what put them on the map with the color package and everything on these. Now, they are pretty much exclusive cable-driven slide-outs. Cable drive slides are awesome, guys, but there's something that not a lot of people understand very well. Long story short, it is the most expensive slide system on the market. And I can promise you one thing with confidence. If I can't promise you anything, I can promise you this. If it didn't work well, these manufacturers wouldn't still be using it. They would find something that's less expensive, which would mean any other slide system. So that's maybe a way to understand a little bit of what they're doing here. Now, it's rainy, so I don't want to flip-flop open a bunch of baggage doors. But one thing that's interesting here is look at the position of those baggage handles on that baggage door. The door actually hinges downward instead of upward. So it's much easier. You don't have to duck as much to get in and out of that baggage compartment. Then you've got that separate little compartment door next to that 10-gallon gas electric fast recharge auto ignition water heater. That middle door right there, that little vertical door, is actually a private enclosed docking center, which is why you have that little docking porthole below it. And if you notice, you see how this is fully skirted? You see how the skirt metal wraps all the way around to the I-beams. There is no insulation gap around that sucker. That is one of the areas where Open Range has achieved the best of any manufacturer who actually tests and publish their data. They have the best published data for hot, cold weather camping. They have the best effective insulation package out there. Number 2 seems to be Jayco, and after that, it drops down to a pretty thick race for number 3. And the difference between these guys and Jayco is 4 degrees. These guys have maintained 60 or 62 degrees in the underbelly, with Jayco maintaining 56 to 58. After that, it drops down pretty dramatically. Now, that being said, that is assuming they test with the slides open and they test every floor plan, because not every manufacturer does that either. There's so much misinformation about insulation values out there, guys. It's just crazy. One of the other things they do different on this is PVC roof membrane. They have, instead of rubber or TPO, they use a pliable PVC roof membrane. And when the stuff first came out, I understood all the promises. The marketing guy says, well, it's lighter, it's brighter, it's more UV reflective. It won't promote the growth of black algae, so it won't get stained and ugly. It's less maintenance. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see. Because the one thing I know about this industry also is it seems like a lot of times customers are left as guinea pigs. They come up with a lot of cool ideas in theory, but they expect you to actually test it. Well, I'm pleased to report that after a couple years of seeing PVC roofs on the market and seeing a couple used ones, it's all true. It's all true. That PVC roof membrane, it is stronger, it seems to last longer, it doesn't chalk, it doesn't fade, it doesn't get those black streaks near as bad, it doesn't get stained. It gets the job done. It does what it says it's supposed to do. And little things like that, pardon me, I got rain coming straight at me and I'm trying to keep it shielded with the umbrella here, so my feet are soaked. I hope you guys like this video because this is not a pleasant experience. Anyway, moving on, you don't care about my problems. They use a detachable ladder on the back. That's weird. Most brands don't do that. And they do that so that if you want to put something on the back of this, like some people like to put a bike rack or something on the back, you can do so and, you know, be able to actually attach the bikes to it and get the ladder out of the way. Or, let's say you got an adventurous little 8-year-old grandson who likes to climb up and down things, and one time you found him tap dancing on the roof of your camper. It's like I do that one time and my grandparents never let me forget about it. Anyway, the point is you could take the ladder off. All the windows open for ventilation. The whole idea of this being bigger, wider. Now, little detail stuff too. Like we've got all LED tail and marker lights. We have different corner trim. They don't use plastic corner trim on this. They use aluminum angled corner trim. The idea behind this is that it's going to be much more resistant to heat expansion and contraction. So that piece of corner trim there is going to maintain its proper shape for longer, as opposed to plastic corner trim, which, I mean, most other brands use. You can see the stuff right here. This is normal corner trim. When the sun hits that stuff, it's going to shrink and expand. When it shrinks and expands, the likelihood or potential for leaks or failures goes up. So Open Range is using a better material on their ultra-critical corner seams to prevent that from happening. You'll even see that done under the gooseneck of the fifth wheel. They do that everywhere. Big 16-inch radial tires, Equiflex suspension, kind of round out the ride and handling package on one of these. They do a lot of things cool. They do a lot of things different. One thing an Open Range is not is the least expensive fifth wheel, however. All these neat little, whoa, don't slip on the ice, Josh. Whoa, buddy. All these little upgrades and different wacky things they do, there is a cost associated with that. So if what you're looking for is the cheapest budget-friendly fifth wheel out there, I've got other things that might fit that descriptor better. If what you're looking for is something cool, different, left of center, something you can use long term, well, you might have found the ticket here. The only problem with an open range is if you own one, get ready for your neighbors to knock on your door, because everybody has heard of these things and they want to see inside of them. So if you're antisocial, don't buy an open range. If you like having guests and company, you're knocking on the right door, or at least your neighbors will be. So with that, I invite you to give us a call. It does not matter where you live. You are not too far away to do business with Highland RV. We have proven that with our sales records here, and we only do everything: hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, and everything in between. So with that, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.